So this guy Jake Miller played and ranked every single Papa game. So I'm gonna go ahead and watch it because I haven't played all of them, but since he has, I want to see his opinion. I think Burgeria is gonna be number one, but I mean I've only played five of them, so who knows? Let's get into it.
Simulators being run by the psychotic Papa Louie.
Mhm. Which we found out in the last video is a millionaire crazy guy that makes people work for him.
Papa Louie was originally a platformer. The series transitioned into what is now known as the Papa series.
Yeah.
There are currently 16 mobile Papa's games in total,
16.
with many more to come.
Wait, what
Since
do you...
I love the name of these games so much,
gosh.
I'm going to say them all for your entertainment.
Okay.
Papa's Burgeria, Freezeria, Pizzeria, Cupcakeria, Taco Mia, Hot Doggeria, Scooperia, Pancakeria, Wingeria, Donuteria, Cheeseria, Bakeria, Sushiria, Pastaria.
So all of them are Ria except for Taco Mia. They were like, all right, let's not call it Mia because we got less people playing the game. Let's go back to Ria.
Mocharia, and the brand new Cluckeria.
Cluckeria?
Today we're going to be playing through all of them and ranking them to see how they will all hold up and which establishment is Papa's
And this thing just made me hungry.
Let me give a brief overview of how all the Papa's games work.
Bacon?
A customer
on a
will
hot
order from
dog?
your establishment, and you then have to manage creating their order, letting it blend or bake or whatever, while working on something else, and then serving it. Each has a different spin on this, and many have extras like drinks or sides you must make as well.
Man.
The later games even have mini games and customizable characters.
Hungry.
We'll have to keep all of this in mind while doing the ranking.
Let's go. How much you took?
A simple beginning. While Pizzeria came first originally, Burgeria was the first to-go version, and it certainly shows. Burgeria requires you to stack burger toppings to complete an order, and that's it. It also allows you to cook as many burgers as you want with 9 at a time at most, and the scoring actually seems pretty lenient in the stacking section, but it's very tough on wait times. There isn't a lot to the game with only 19 unlockable items, and I found it to be pretty hard to get perfects even though there are only 3 sections. To be honest, I didn't really enjoy this one that much, but it certainly isn't bad. C tier.
C tier? No, no way.
Freezeria has always been the most popular of these games, and it's easy to see why. Not only are the freezies shakes? Anyways, not only are they fun to make, but all the items are laid out very nicely, and each round is enjoyable from start to finish. In some future ones, there's a section I always dread. I love all of the steps here. Making these super colorful and mouth-watering ice cream treats leads to an enjoyable experience every time. I'm definitely best at Freezeria, and I played the most of it. On my iPad, I had Papa Louie maxed out in stars. That's how much I used to play it.
Damn.
I love and always will love Papa's Freezeria.
Did y'all play these on the iPad or did y'all play them on computers? I played them on computers back in like middle school and computer lab. I never played them on like, I didn't even know they were on iPhone, but you know.
Yeah, S tier.
S tier. What?
Pizzeria gets a bit of an upgrade from the previous two with a bigger shop, more unlockables and customers, and more stress.
No way.
In reverse order than usual, you build the pizza and then cook it. Cut it up the way they'd like and you're done.
This has
Similar
to be A tier.
Burgeria, this game is very harsh on time. Although I don't have all the lobby fledged out, so that's also my bad.
The
cutting is annoying too, especially with that sound. I also don't understand how the topping should be placed.
I don't think he's going to put it on A tier.
I almost have too much control for my own good.
I don't think he's going to call it
Anyways, pizza was always one of my least favorites, funny enough.
Oh, well, he's going to put it in D tier.
D tier.
Yep, no. Look, I don't agree.
Cupcakeria as the sequel to Freezeria. There are very similar steps, and I had just as much fun making things. This is also the introduction of a lot of the series staples, like the holidays, the mini-games, and more. The steps were simple: bake the cakes, decorate them, and serve. The first 3 steps have always been easy and quick to finish, but that 4th step is so hard. I've only gotten it perfect 3 times, and I play this game a lot. But funny enough, one of them was during this round. Anyways, the hardest part is the frosting. I don't know what makes it perfect, and I'm so bad at it. Regardless, I love this one as much as Freezeria. Plus, the addition of more incentives gives me more incentive to play.
So S tier.
S tier.
Oh my god, this dude just like stacking stuff.
For some reason I thought I'd played a lot of this one, but apparently not. Being the only one of these that ends with something other than Ria, Papa's Taco Mia introduces the mainstay
Bro, you better make this S tier. It's stacking stuff too.
With a reward for serving it. The steps of this one have you preparing the chosen meat with a flip or cut during cooking, then topping and serving with a side of chips. The building is a lot less satisfying in this one, and I don't enjoy it. But the chips are the same mechanic as the one from Freezeria, so I love that one. Taco Mia feels pretty mediocre, and nothing too exciting here.
Bro.
B tier.
What the... Bro. I don't get it. So you like the freezy and the cupcake because of the stacking and whatever. Taco Mia does the same thing, but because it's the same thing, it's not as good. And so instead of A tier, you made it a B tier. I don't know, man. I don't know about
I
this
doubt
tier
anyone
list.
else would place Papa's hot doggeria anywhere near as high as I'm about to. I played so much of this one, I just love it so much. The place is located at a baseball game and certainly captures the feel. The
Okay.
process is so straightforward too. You cook the hot dog, you put toppings
Bro,
on,
it has to be easy, bro. One, it's a hot dog. Two, it's a hot dog at a baseball arena. Like it cannot be that
it and you make
that
some pop
difficult.
and a side. The later games make everything so complicated when this one is just simple and fun.
Okay.
The pop makes itself, there's no stress
So
involved.
A tier.
The hot dogs take different times to cook.
Yeah,
It
because they're
visually
different
makes sense which
wieners.
ones will take a while and which ones will be short. The only problem is that it has the same building as Taco Mia. I seriously want to give this one an S because I love it dearly, but it just won't be fair because of that. A tier.
I don't
With the
understand.
introduction of the character creator and Papa's Scooperia, I'm finally able
Okay, I
to
never
live out
played
my
this.
dream. Scooping. We also are finally introduced to high quality graphics from here on out,
High
which is a
quality.
nice change. I started to realize on this one that the dessert games are by far the best. It's not even fair.
You just like sweets.
So what is a Scooperia anyways?
Yeah, what
Well,
is
you
this?
start out by
Make
baking
cookies?
some cookies, then
Okay.
you put some ice cream and some toppings on there, and
Okay.
there. You've scooped.
So
The
easy.
best part is you can have from 1 to 3 cookies, which constantly change up the style of the orders,
Okay.
and scooping the ice cream and cookie dough is a pretty fun part that is a nice change of pace from the usual stuff. I plan on giving this just an A, but there's nothing to complain about.
Okay.
Gotta be an S tier. A
What?
bunch of
What
stuff
the?
was added for Pancakeria. Not only is there a new delivery person
Oh
you
my
can
goodness.
customize, but your own pet. The pet
You have a
doesn't
pet
actually come
too?
back for the later games, but the driver is a new staple. The main focus of this
Pancakes.
one is to stack your cakes and toppings to serve alongside a drink. Wait a second. Stacking?
Stack your cakes.
Yeah, that's right. This is very similar to Burgeria. Almost identical in a lot of ways, actually. Flipping the items on the grill,
So-
cooking as many as you want, then stacking it all in the center
C
to the best
tier?
of your ability. It's certainly better than Burgeria with all
Okay.
the new incentives and customizability.
So B tier.
But being so similar to Burgeria, which I already thought deserved B tier, I sadly must put Pancakeria in A tier.
Wait, sadly.
Wingeria feels
Wait, what do you
really
mean?
must put Pancakeria. But being so similar to Burgeria, which I already thought deserved B tier, I sadly must put Pancakeria in A tier.
I don't think you mean to say sadly.
Wingeria feels very different from the rest, which could be good or bad in your opinion.
I like
You start by
Wingeria.
cooking a whole ton of wings, covering them in sauce, and plating them in an appealing
And then you
way.
gotta do like
Placing them
to
evenly
shake them
and in a
up.
pattern is
Yeah.
crucial to your success. While Pancakeria reminded me of Burgeria, this one reminds me of Pizzeria. It's a lot about placing things within a circle, like toppings on a pizza. I definitely get the most confused in this one, and it can get tough. With a lot of practice and knowledge of the game, I guarantee anyone can become a master.
There's no
wingman.
way this is gonna be
But for
below
me,
A
I just
tier.
end up getting frustrated.
This can't
Honestly,
be
I
C
don't like
tier.
that about this one. I'm not against the challenge. Wingeria just kind of hurts my brain. D tier.
Oh my god. So if it's easy, it's in the S tier. If it takes a bit of challenge, you're gonna lower it. I see how this is going. But D tier, because it's difficult, you put it in D tier. Oh my god. And then he has the nerve to say, "Oh, well, I don't mind the challenge." Obviously you do. You put it in D tier. You don't like the challenge. You think it's too hard.
Sorry.
All right. All right, bro.
Donuteria has a lot of similarities to Scooperia while being a lot simpler. You can get 1 to 3 donuts and get to choose the shape, filling, glaze, and toppings. It may sound like a lot, but it's much easier to handle compared to the others. I neglected to mention this in the Scooperia section.
It's
but
easier
getting
than
3
others.
donuts instead of just
So,
one
S
really
tier.
increases the amount of time that order will take. The more you play, the more it's just going to bug you. Any orders with 3 things just creates a lot of extra work for you. I think for just one game, i.e. Scooperia, this formula works fine, but adding it to another means I have the same concept I don't like that I have to deal with again. Even though this does take place
Well,
within a theme park, I can't
I was gonna
put
say,
it
shouldn't you really rate this on its own? But I guess not, since it's a tier list. You gotta compare it to the other.
any higher than an A tier.
Right? What the?
It's just Burgeria again! It's just Burgeria again!
What is this? Sandwicheria?
Cheeseria, arguably the
Cheeseria.
worst title of the series, forces you to make grilled cheese sandwiches and fries for customers.
What's wrong with that?
This one, you create the sandwich before you cook it, which is the opposite of how Burgeria works. I already didn't care much. Wait, that was. In this one, you
Bro,
create
what?
the sandwich before you cook it, which is the opposite of how Burgeria works.
Uh-huh.
I already didn't much care for Burgeria,
Say this-
and now
say
I've
the
played
script
3
again, homie.
iterations of it. And the worst part has to be the fries, which need to be cooked and timed correctly themselves. Having 2 time management sections is automatically going to make me dislike the game more. And I
Damn.
know there are a few coming up with this gimmick. Anyways, the fries take a minute to cook, and it's awful. Cheeseria is the most forgettable Papa game I've played. I'm not sure if I'm keeping F tier on the list, so potentially this is low D tier. Otherwise, F
Man
tier.
said I'm not sure if I'm putting it on the list, but fuck it. Let's go ahead and put it at the end of D and call it F. All right, my guy.
Thankfully, Bakeria simplifies the formula down once again. We're just making pies here.
Okay.
Fill the crust, bake it, top it, serve it. The main grievance is probably the amount of time a pie takes to bake. Before unlocking any boosters, most rounds are going to take a very long time. Luckily, you really only need one time.
Wait, there's boosters? What year did this come out? Is that a microtransaction?
Unlocking any boosters, most rounds are going to take a very long time. Luckily, you really only need one timer that you can switch between. I think Bakeria improves the idea of Pizzeria.
Okay.
Before I had to focus on spacing and placing ingredients, but now it does that for me.
Oh,
Instead,
so
it
it's
wants you
easier.
to line up where the topping will be on the pie.
Okay.
I think this is a great way to simplify that idea and improves the system.
Okay.
To be fair, I would probably go as far as to say this is a bit too easy. I want a little more challenge and a bit less waiting around. B tier.
Bro,
Sushiria
what
is probably the hardest of these.
the fuck?
B tier. Sushiria is probably the hardest of these I've played. Mostly I understand what to do after an order or two, but I had to read the tips to figure this one out. Each round begins with you cooking some rice and laying out the paper. In the meantime, you can fill up some tea for the customers. The timing is so precise and the meter goes so fast it's nearly impossible to get it perfect on this one.
Okay.
After the rice is done, you fill up the middle with its toppings, then cut it up. Add your drink and you're done. It's pretty hard switching between the building and the rice cooking,
It's a lot.
and it's very
lot of
easy to mess
steps.
up an order just by
Yeah,
placing a
it's a
filling
lot of
a little
steps.
off. Not to mention each roll is cut 7 times.
Damn.
While it's fun to have more challenging Papa's game, this is a bit much at times.
Making
I don't
sushi
really
ain't
like
easy.
sushi anyways. C tier.
This guy, I don't like sushi anyway. C tier. Well, there's no way. Like this one is super complicated and difficult. You said this one was difficult as well, but you gave this a D tier, and you were like, "Oh, it's kind of like the pizza," and I don't like the pizza. But this one is harder than the other one, so shouldn't this be in D tier and these be in C tier? I mean, it's your tier list, but I'm just saying.
Tier. Now let me brag that when I decided to record this, I got my one and only perfect on JoJo the Food Critic.
Good work.
I was on the floor. Pastaria feels like a concept that deserved its own game. It's got a unique way of preparing it that makes it for a different experience from the rest.
Never
The
played
main
this
order
either.
is choosing the
Looks good.
noodle and cooking it, placing the toppings, and cooking a bread. While
Bread.
this does have another time mechanic like Cheeseria did, I don't find this one as terrible.
Yeah, and then
It takes much less time, so starting it as you place your toppings is the best option.
That's good.
The main thing I don't like is the noodles. They must be stirred and drained before using, which mostly wastes your time. I do like being able to prepare a bunch of different noodles at once, which means you can have them be cooked as soon as they're ordered.
Yeah.
Funny enough, the game reverts back to how Pizzeria's toppings worked, not like Bakeria. For this instance, it works okay, and the game isn't too harsh on having everything be perfectly placed.
Okay. That's good.
It's pretty fun,
Just
but
place it,
can
whatever.
be a bit too much at times. B tier.
That's fine.
Papa's Mocharia is sort of the evolution of Freezeria with some pretty cool concepts. You get to build drinks and cannolis on the side. My favorite
Cannoli.
part has to be filling the cup with half the coffee and half of the milk. Each
Balance.
gets heated up separately and then combined in your drink. The cannoli is kind of fun too, and it's nice adding a little whipped cream to your drink. Maybe that by this point I played too many of these Papa's games, but there just isn't the magic of these games in this one for me.
Okay.
It's
it
got all
seems
the
pretty
elements, I
okay.
just personally don't care for it.
Yeah, seems
I should
whatever.
still give it an A tier though, it's pretty well done.
Bro, oh my goodness.
Finally, the moment you've all been waiting for. Well, all 3 of you I'm guessing.
3? Nah, bro.
Anyways, the
People
new
like
Papa's
this is a good
game,
video.
Papa's Cluckeria.
Even though I don't agree with these takes, I don't agree with your rankings. I don't agree with how you're saying this should be in this tier, even though you're kind of contradicting when you're saying, oh, this one's hard, but I'm going to keep it in C. And this one's kind of hard, but you know, I don't mind the challenge. I'm going to put it in D. Like, it doesn't make sense, but it's still a good video. Like, it's one of those fun videos. There's nothing wrong with your video. It's fine.
Is the final one to play and rank. And my verdict is, it's pretty great. Now hear me out. It
What
is
is
another
this?
Burgeria clone.
What is this?
You've all been waiting for. Well,
Wait, what
all
is this?
3 of you I'm guessing.
Oh, Cluckeria. Okay.
Anyways, the
you
new
got to tell
Papa's
me, bro.
game,
I don't even know
Papa's
what this is.
Cluckeria,
Okay.
is the
Cluckeria,
final one
that's
to
it.
play and rank. And my verdict is, it's pretty great.
Okay.
Now hear me out. It is another Burgeria clone, but this one did it right. My main problem with Cheeseria was it tried overcomplicating things, cooking in the opposite order, Cutting it perfectly in half? No. Just no. No. Stack the ingredients, add the side, done. The side does bug me a bit, to be fair.
Because
The
it's too
slush
simple.
requires you to time it perfectly 3 times. Luckily, you can stop it at any time, which Cheeseria did not allow. The main thing I like about this one is it is a
Dang,
combination
that
of
is a
all things before
small
it isn't
margin
necessarily
of
doing
error.
something new, just something better. That's the reason I wanted to make this video. It got me excited to play all the other ones, and I think that's something really special.
That's good.
I'll
So
put it in
S
A
tier.
tier and call it a day.
Okay, A
Tier.
tier. All right, so I never played any of these. The only ones that I played was Burgeria, Taco Mia, Hot Doggeria, Taco Mia, Burgeria, Pizzeria, Wingeria. Right, so these are all I have to go off of. I don't remember if I played Pancakeria, but since I don't remember, I'm not going to rank it. So I would put, out of the 5 that I played, I'd put Pizzeria B tier. I'd put Wingeria kind of A. I really remember like changing the wings, and I enjoyed that part, so I'd give it an A tier. Taco Mia S tier. Burgeria, mm, Burgeria B tier. B tier. So pizza and burger B tier. Wingeria A tier. Hot dog Taqueria S tier, and Hot Doggeria S tier as well, or A tier. I don't know. What's your tier list? You tell me. Like, do you agree with his tier list? I personally don't. I think it doesn't make sense for like these OG ones to be like so totally disrespected. But that's just my opinion. I'm just having fun with it. I haven't played half these games, so I can't even really say whether it's good or not. Just based off his explanation, they don't really sound right. It's more like he's like, "Oh, I enjoyed the game, so I'm just gonna give it an S tier." But it's his tier list. I'm not gonna really shit on it or anything like that. But it was pretty good. What, you have an outro?
So, that is my final ranking. Do you agree or disagree with my picks?
I
How
disagree.
would you rank them?
I already
And
did.
most importantly, how was the video?
It was a good video.
This is my
It was good. Wait, it's your
first scripted video ever.
Really?
With way more editing than I typically do and lots more games featured than normal. I really can't see this getting many views, but
You were wrong, my guy. You were wrong. 300K. This was a good video, and it was uploaded this year. So good work, Jake. That was really good. I'm gonna go ahead and like, and fuck it, I'm gonna subscribe, man. It was a good video. Anyways, it's your boy Miss. I already said what I had to said what I had to say. Where would you put these Ria games? I already ranked mine. I haven't played many of them. Have you played all of them? Let me know in comments below. It's your boy Miss. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.